podcast, CPR and first aid. Yeah. Sports talk radio, highlighting players playing the game. OG advice, wisdom and knowledge, plus we entertain. Like, comment, subscribe, tap in and listen to James.
All right, we're back. It's James here, back with the Post-Wise podcast. It's been a while. I've been really busy. I promise I got to be more consistent. I know. I have a whole new list of things that I have going on, some new episodes that I'm going to drop. Today, I'm here with, I have a special guest, right? Y'all know all of this music is created by yours truly too, by the way. Let me just throw that out there, these beats. Y'all know, yeah, yes sir. Okay, so I have a special guest today, right? Every community has that one coach you always seem to see. The one who's at the track before everyone else arrives and still there after everyone leaves. If you spent any time around the Fredericksburg, Spotsylvania area, chances are you've seen today's guest putting in the work. Anthony Action Wallace has spent more than 20 years developing athletes in football, basketball, and track. He's coached at the University of Mary Washington, Riverbend High School, and trained athletes who've gone to schools like the Naval Academy. Hold up.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's his spot. Let's go.
University of Mary Washington. Got to bring that back. Riverbend High School. Baylor. William and Mary, Elon, George Mason University, East Carolina, Towson University, including professional athletes. Oh, look at that. Oh man. Including professional athletes. But today isn't just about speed. It's not just about speed. It's about purpose. Nearly 10 years ago, Coach Wallace nearly lost his life to a staph infection. He lost 50 pounds in 30 days, fought through rehab, and made a promise that if God allowed him to keep coaching, he'd never take another day for granted. Since then, he spent every sprint, every drill, and every conversation has been about developing the whole athlete, not just about making kids faster. I'm excited to dive into his story. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Post-Wise podcast, Coach Anthony Action Wallace. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Appreciate you having me here, Coach James.
I appreciate that, man. You know, I had to break my my Army $10 shirt out.
Hey, man, I understand.
I had to break it out. You know, plus it's a little baggy. You know, Coach. You know, I'm a little out of shape right now. You know, I ain't worked out in a minute, so you know, I do practice what I preach, however, and I'm gonna get back in there.
Hey, that commute is real,
and I have that commute.
That commute is extremely real.
It is, but you know, it's all good, Coach. It's all good, man. I appreciate having you on the podcast. I thank you for coming through.
Appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely. This is something that we've been talking about for a while.
Yeah,
man. So you taking time out of your busy schedule. I want people to know who you are. Before we get into your story, let's walk through your journey a little bit. So Cortland High School, James Madison universities. I talked about that earlier. JMU Hall of Fame.
Yeah, 2022.
Yo, yeah, JMU Hall of Fame. Oh my, hold on.
Yeah, 2022.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that.
University of Mary Washington, Riverbend, again, you have action sports, right? So looking back on everything you've accomplished, what are you most proud of?
I think my impact on the community. All the other items something I accomplished, but being able to build others up, especially the youth that we have in this area, it was something that I didn't have. So all of my training is based on what would have made me a better athlete. What were some of the things that I needed in 1998 before I graduated that would have helped me in college my first 2 years? Because my first 2 years were rough. A lot of people think JMU was all roses and sweet, and them first 2 years were rough. And I now provide what I think will help kids through those first two. Those first 2 years of college is not easy. A lot of kids want to come home after that first semester. A lot of kids, well, now with the transfer portal, a lot of kids now going from school to school looking for the perfect fit. And a lot of times, they may just need to fight through it or something like that, but we didn't have that back then. There was no transfer portal. So it was just different times. So now I try to just provide what can help those kids get through those first several years, which are very difficult.
And that's part of what it's about too, just kind of being someone that you wish you had, right? I try to do the same thing, so man, like some of the different things that we went through, it's like, hey man, like, I always tell kids, learn from someone else's mistakes. Don't learn from your own. We've been your age. You haven't been ours. We've been there and done that with a lot of the different things that you're going to. Even though it's probably hard for them to see sometimes, right?
And then sometimes they have to go through it. And long as you said it, they go through it, then they're gonna come back and look at you, and you don't want to say I told you so. You just have to lift them up, because it's easy to beat down on them when they go through it when they didn't listen. It's a thing to let them know, hey, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. Yeah. And this is how we need to move forward.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, I think that, injuries, illnesses, things of that nature is one of the things that they go through, right? Which takes us back to you, right? Something that you've actually been through. So take us back. What happened? When did you realize that when you just go back to your illness, that this just wasn't another illness that you had?
Oh, man, this is back when I used to work at this other place. I don't want to talk about them. They had massive layoffs in the area. So the big G on 17. But okay. I was in work, and it took me 35 minutes to walk from my desk to my car.
Wow.
All of a sudden, I just couldn't walk.
Wow. For an athlete.
And I was 36 at the time. And I had a stick shift. So that was even worse. So
clutch.
I'm trying to drive a stick shift.
Kids don't know nothing about that right now.
They don't. And I had to drive with, pain in my hip. And it wasn't a normal pain. It was excruciating pain. So I go to coach, and I'm coaching cross country at this time at Riverbend. Mind you, I'm not a cross country guy, but I was over there coaching cross country, and I got to the practice, and it took me another 20, 30 minutes to get out the car and walk to the track. And the coach, Nikki Goss at the time, was like, what is wrong with you? I was like, I don't know. All of a sudden, I just couldn't walk.
Wow.
So I'm thinking it's something else. I'm then going, I got to go to the grocery store, because at this point, I'm living downtown Fredericksburg by myself. Yeah. I literally had to go into the grocery store, get on one of the motorized carts to go get my own groceries.
Wow. Yeah.
So I'm looking like,
and you know how it is when you become an adult. You're like, oh, I don't want to touch that thing. We used to drive around on them as kids, right? So that's what I now we wouldn't dare to take it away from somebody unless you absolutely needed it.
So I looked like something was like, oh, he's playing around. But I was in pain. I needed to get food. Wow. I'm trying to go through my normal day, and it's bad. So then, I asked my mom for some crutches. Got the crutches. And I'm on
Mom Dukes.
Man, she had to come downtown, and they brought them to me, and the pain that I was in, I don't wish that on anyone. Wow. I went to Mark Ford, and I didn't disclose all the information, which is an issue with us men. No, I didn't say, hey, I'm not sleeping at night. I'm having night sweats.
My wife is always saying that you got to be a consumer of your health when you go to the hospital, you go to the doctor. A lot of times we just feel like, especially as former athletes, you just feel like I'm good, I'm okay. I feel like Superman. Yes. I'm going to push through it. I did the same thing when I was in the Army. I'm paying for it now, So, yeah, that's a whole nother subject right there. I need to, But, yeah, man, I get exactly what you're saying. All the men out there, make sure you go get checked out and just be completely vulnerable with the doctor. Like, lay everything on the line when you're at those appointments. Disclose everything.
Man, so Fast forward, I'm just literally pushing through, but I'm only sleeping maybe 30, 40 minutes a night.
Wow.
Because I'm in that much pain.
Wow.
So
That's a brutal during the day.
Man, so
sleep deprived.
My now wife, after this is in October, we go to Thanksgiving. My now wife couldn't take it anymore. They had my appointment for an MRI. They moved it. It was like maybe 12, 16. She called him and said, he can't wait. She called him and said, no, y'all need to move it up. Y'all don't understand. Like this, he shouldn't be in this much pain. He should be able to do just move more than what he is. Nat Jackson, basketball coach at Riverbend, came by and saw me.
Shout out to Coach Jackson.
Yep. Coach Sean Hill, the track coach at Colonial Forge, he came by and saw me. Nikki Gauss came by and saw me. So they were checking on me because they saw how much pain I was in. My wife moved that appointment up. They do the MRI. They come back and they tell me, you need to pick Fairfax or VCU. We got to take your hip. You have an infection inside your body right now that's basically killing you.
Wow.
And at this point, I'm probably I went from 185, you take 50 off that. That's where I was.
I was going to talk about that, man. Like, yeah, that's a dangerous way. You cut 50, you lost, you didn't cut.
Yeah, I mean.
Cut is something that fighters do, right?
Yeah, yep.
You lost, and wrestlers, you lost 50 pounds in 30 days?
In 30 days, and I was trying to go to PT because I didn't disclose everything. So they thought it was a muscle pull because I was still working out at a high level.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that. I had an infection in the body. They had to give me Dilaudid, which is one of the strongest painkillers. That was the only thing that took the pain away.
Wow.
Blacked out, don't remember anything. I wake back up. I'm in VCU.
Wow.
And they're trying to figure out what's going on. And they're looking at me, was he a drug addict? And my mom looked at him and they look at him, does he look like a drug addict?
Right.
No tracks, no nothing on
him. Right.
So well, we got to take his hip.
Oh.
Go down. I'm panicking. And I'm like literally panicking, crying because I'm like, I don't know if this is it.
Wow.
So I just closed my eyes and say, God, if this is it, I'm going to leave it in your hands. And when I came back, I said, oh, it's a wrap. Wow. I'm taking this coaching thing to another level. And on that, while I was in there, I'm nervous. A kid looks at me and said, hey, it's okay. I got cancer.
Oh.
So you're going to be okay.
Wow.
Closed my eyes, prayed.
Wow.
And when I came back, I said, hey, let's do this.
Wow.
And that's been my life ever since, man.
Wow. That's an emotional moment right now with the Post Rise podcast. No, Coach, I can see definitely you can, kind of got me choked up for a little bit. You could tell that you're very passionate about this, and this is something that clearly, sometimes trauma can kind of change our lives.
Yep.
For, sometimes it takes a traumatic event, especially to break patterns,
yep.
Or to start, something new, like a life-changing journey.
Yep.
Yeah, like trauma will do it for
yep.
sure. So, yeah. And it's all about, how you decide to, go in that, once a traumatic event happens.
Yep.
So you said you told God whatever whatever your plan is, I understand.
Yep.
Well, what did you mean in that moment? Or what did that moment mean to you, right?
Leave it in his hands. I knew I needed to leave it in his hands because I wasn't in control of nothing. So if you want me to be here, if it's my time, it's my time. But if it's not my time, whatever I do, I'm going to do it in your name.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I came back and I woke up, I just started crying.
Wow.
So fast forward, I had to go through the rehab. The nurses coming to the house. Mind you, I moved with my then now wife. We weren't married at the time.
Mm-hmm.
She got a hospital bed brought to the house for me. The nurses would come into the house helping me just get my body back together. I'm going through the medication during that time to get myself healed because I had to do antibiotic every day, but it was a slow drip. I had an IV line in my arm.
Wow.
So I had to do that 3 times a day.
Wow.
So I had to do that for 6 weeks, 3 times a day. I had a concrete spacer. I didn't walk for 6 months.
Wow.
So through that whole process, I had to learn to go, this is not going to be easy. And Dr. Ford told me, he said, Aunt, this is going to be a long road. You're going to have to fight. And Mark Ford said it to me, and he was spot on, and he was a good person through the whole process because he flat out said, you should have told me about that. I said, Mark, that's my fault. I didn't tell you that. That's on me. Mark and I have been close before. We are even closer now. He went to JMU. His son just graduated from JMU. And it was just a process where I had to learn to be patient and work through it. I couldn't drive for a while.
Wow.
So then eventually they said, well, from what we see, we need you to go back and just live your life.
Right.
My now wife was sitting there. She looked the doctors in the face like, I don't think y'all know who he is. It's like, yeah, no, we need him to go live his life so we can see if the medication worked.
Right.
And if it worked, he should be able to go back and just live his life as is. My wife's now wife said, okay, we left. She said, no, you're driving home because it was my left leg. So I knew then, all right, first I got to get rid of this other car.
Right.
Drove back. And man, I said, well, I'm going to get back to coaching next week. And she knew it was happening. They cleared me. As soon as they cleared me, I was back coaching. When they got me a car, and I mean, immediately I went back coaching.
Wow.
And I couldn't pretty much work for the rest of that about six months. So I was just really just coaching. That was what was keeping me going because I couldn't go to work.
Right.
I went to work for a small period, but I eventually came back home because they had to put the hip in. So it was just a long process of learning to be patient, learning that you weren't in control of anything, that your life is already planned out for you. You have a entry date and an exit date. I thought it was my exit date. And like you said, it was that moment where everything in my life, I just said, oh, one, I'm not doing this all by myself no more because I had a team that I didn't know I had the whole time. So from that moment, I never did nothing by myself. I try to keep a team because you can do more. You can go far. You can go far fast by yourself. You can go fast if you do it on your own, but if you go with a group, you can go far. And at that moment, I never try to do too much on my own because I know that moment taught me when I try to do too much on my own, I only do so much. But when I had a group of people around me helping me, I was able to come back stronger. And that's been it since 2016, man. 10 years. Crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Well, we're glad to see you here. I'm sure that made your faith stronger. Clearly, you can see that resonating as well. I don't even gotta go into detail. I know already. I could tell that got stronger.
Yeah.
Proposal story.
Oh,
you know, you've mentioned several times your now wife, which clearly indicates that you were, involved back then. This is an incredible story. So you were in rehab, and your future wife was there every step of the way. Tell me about asking your therapist to help you get strong enough to get on one knee.
Man, what, dude? The therapist that I had, my wife went to work, so I was home, me and the dogs, and I told the nurse, I said, "Hey, I need your help." She said, "Why?" I said, "I need to be able to get on the knee as soon as they put this hip in. So I need you to help me build myself back up. So when they put this hip in," I said, "I'm proposing to her." And she was like, "Oh, that's awesome." And she's like, "All right." She said, "That's all you had to tell me." That probably was one of the worst sessions I ever had. Because, dude, she was cranking on my leg to get the range of motion back for me to be able to go into a lunge.
Wow.
So through that process, man, like that nurse that I had went back and let all the other nurses know, like, hey, if y'all go there, he's looking to propose, so we have to ramp up his PT. And man, they were pushing, they pushed me. And we were going to National Harbor. That used to be our thing to do. Go to National Harbor around March, stay there for a day or two, about 2 to 3 days, and then come back. Well, at National Harbor, they have that big Ferris wheel. So we went, and I had a book bag with me, and I looked crazy with a book bag, but she didn't have no idea why. So I had the ring with me. I had my music because I had a whole plan, and I went out there, took out my radio. She's like, "What are you doing?" And it started playing Usher, Matrimony.
Okay.
and got down on the knee, found a random person to take a picture, and I let her know, like, hey, I'm about to propose. Can you take pictures for me?
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Mind you, we dressed alike because my wife works out more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
So we both had on workout clothes, and I proposed to her. I was able to get down to take the knee to propose to her. I couldn't stand up. So that's the
Getting
perfect
down was
thing
the
to
most
do.
important part.
But she helped me up, and that was like this.
Yeah.
Literally what happened.
Literally, like she helped you up. Like that's literally and figuratively.
Man,
wow.
so
That's
it
amazing.
was dope. It was fun. I mean, it's 10 years. Like 10 years since I proposed. It's 10 years since I've been sick. I mean, well, it's almost 10 years since I proposed because I got sick in 2016. They put the hip in March 25th. I proposed June 17th, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So literally 3 months after they put my hip in, I was proposing.
Hey man, salute to your wife too, man.
Hey man, yeah, dude, that was big. The funniest part of everything was my dad went with me to one of my visits to the doctor in Richmond, and we stopped by Diamonds Direct to go look at rings.
Oh.
And we go in, and the guy said, "So when you looking to get married?" And my dad's response was, "He should have been married."
Oh wow.
He's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I just looked at him. I said, "Oh, then you see it?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Come on."
Yeah.
So it was my dad pushed me
Your dad pushed you in, yeah.
because my dad, similar situation,
Right.
right? You realize, oh, I don't want to be by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not I want to be. I need to have somebody in my life that supports me in a way when you're not at your best.
Lesson all the young boys out there, get you a woman that's gonna hold you down.
When you're not at
When
your
you're
best.
not at your best.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's easy for them to stay around when you look good, the money great. But when you got somebody that can keep you going when you're not at your best and they stay there and they're going to make things better for you, once you get on your feet and you back up, wow, I can get more done. You are your partner.
It's easy for them to stay with you at your best, man.
Easy.
Bars.
And so, you know, I've heard horror stories of guys being sick, and it's like, yeah, I've had guys tell me before I propose, hey, dude, I think you're doing the right thing. My cousin was sick. His girlfriend left him in the hospital sick. So you hearing those kind of stories going, what?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine, but I'm like, she stayed here the whole time. He's like, yeah, man, you don't understand how good you have.
And you know how men get when we get sick too. It's like we turn into like I caught a really bad flu in like I knew that I needed to I didn't want to be by myself and that I needed a companion. I got really sick back in like 2017, maybe 18. I caught a really bad strain of the flu. I lived in Alexandria back then. And I couldn't move. It took me all day to muster up the strength to get myself in the shower, get dressed, get in the car, and I remember I called off that day, and I remember I started the day very early, and I remember it took me from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. to get to the doctor. I remember I didn't have any strength, you know? It was one movement at a time, slow, methodical. I was struggling. And my buddy came through, and I remember listing him as my emergency contact.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Jose.
Hey,
we were just hanging out together with our daughters yesterday. But yeah, man, I love you, Jose. He bought me some soup.
Hey,
but I was like, man, I got my boy coming here. Like, man, you know, your boy gonna look out for you only but so far, you know. I was like, shout out to him, man. He showed me love. But, you know, I was like, I need my woman to be able to and vice versa, you know, just being able to love somebody and being loved unconditionally.
yes.
You know, so man, so we're going to transition segments, building speed the right way. This is where athletes, you know, I really want these athletes to really, really, really tap in, right? What's the biggest myth parents believe about speed training?
That is fancy looking. I have a thing where what I do is not Instagram worthy. Meaning it doesn't, I can't, if I post some stuff, it generally will not get a lot of likes because it looks boring.
Yeah.
Why y'all taking so many breaks? Why y'all not just keep going? At first I used to have parents I want my son tired. I need him to be exhausted. And I just looked at him and go, that's not how speed works. He said, what do you mean? I said, you can't run your fastest when you're exhausted. I said, so now you're teaching your body to run sub-maximal. I said, so now your son gets in the game. He's playing basketball on a fast break. He's playing football. You need him to go fast and he can't. And then your response is, you look slow like you do at training. I said, because they're not training properly. It's that simple. But it's hard for people to conceptually think of because we came up in that era of grinding.
Yeah, we did, for sure.
Like I love Kobe Bryant, but Kobe Bryant taught kids to grind themselves into the ground. And we saw him, the shot was great, but he tore his Achilles, he tore his shoulder up. So it's a process that some can get, but if you don't understand it or you don't have the patience, then let somebody else do it.
Recovery.
It's everything. So when we do reps, based on how far they run, determines how much time they get rest.
I actually heard that somebody else talking about that. I think it was George St. Pierre's, one of his coaches. You know, I'm a big fight fan. He was kind of saying the exact same thing that you were saying. Like you shouldn't just max out like on reps and stuff like that. You should just like, you know, like, hey, if you could do 10 pull-ups, then maybe your max rep should be like 6 or 7. You know, like to keep your, you know, like that you'll gain more eventually that way. Yeah. I've heard several like, you know, professional coaches say the same thing. I got another question for you, Coach. Can speed actually be taught?
Yes, that's the problem that many people. That's the myth. Some coaches don't have the patience.
I never realized that.
A lot of coaches don't have the patience for it. Perfect example. There's a kid that's at Women Married right now, graduated from Massaponax, Declan. I'm not going to butcher his last name, but he's Samoan. Declan came to me, and Declan could run, but the way he ran didn't look traditional. But Declan gave me everything he had every single session. So Declan came to me 2020 during COVID when everything was shut down. So I was still working with some kids because parents was like, I need my kid out the house. I need them to still socialize and do stuff. Declan back then wasn't fast, but Declan kept working. He stayed in the weight room. He would come, I think Declan and another kid, Ontario, Washington. Well, Declan from this group came the most. At 235, he runs a 4.640. He's going to Women Married. He has a motor because he's a wrestler.
Wow.
He has a motor that you can't teach. The kid he can get knocked down and get back up and try. He's been known to run people down from behind on long running plays because he just has a motor. So that part you can't teach.
Yeah.
Great father, great mom. They just kept bringing him and bringing him and bringing him. And once he could drive, he kept bringing this. He would come by himself. And what he did was he would bring his younger brother with him, and his brother would record everything, right? He kept working, and other people would tell me, you know how fast Declan is now? And I'm looking at him like I didn't see him till 2020. They said he wasn't like that before. Well, it wasn't like we did a lot all at one time. It's just since 2020, we've always worked on a Sunday. And we're talking 45 minutes of work, 15 minutes of recovery. 45 minutes of work, 15 minutes of recovery. In that 45 minutes, 30 of that minutes is warming up. So he just constantly did that over and over and over again. When Declan was running the 40s at these camps, these coaches were like turning their heads like, who's this kid with this long hair? And that's what he was known for. And I mean, his motor is unreal. And I knew he was tough, but the speed part for him put him over the edge. And I mean, he was a defensive end. Freshman year, he played freshman football at Massaponax. His senior year, they got him in the backfield pitching on the ball. And he's breaking 40, 50-yard runs.
Wow.
So, yes, it can be taught, but your ceiling is genetic based.
Gotcha. Okay. So speed, you can't. Okay. That leads me to my next question. Is everyone capable of getting faster?
Yes. Everyone's capable of getting faster. But a lot of it is, they say it's based on both parents. I'm going to tell everyone it's really based on the mom. And we should be able to look at that scientifically, and it should make sense.
For sure.
The mom, 39 weeks, right? The dad, you can say all you want. Like, hey, bro, he's going to get your height, but the real athletic ability is from the mom, man.
Listen, the mom and moms don't get, as a coach, we see it. We see it. You see a lot of the moms. If a kid has a mom, especially if she has an athletic background too, if she's like, if she is like an athlete at a high level, like chances are, you see your Odell Beckham Juniors, guys like that. What's the guy? Spears, Marcus Spears,
Dude, Christian McCaffrey.
Marcus Spears. Christian McCaffrey's another one. Yeah, Marcus Spears. His mom was a WNBA player,
And look at him.
and he's
now.
like he's like the number one player in for his class or whatever as a junior, 2028.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the country.
And if you look at Ocho Cinco, it's a joke, but he was like, he wasn't having kids with women unless they were athletic. He was like, no, I need you to Google me some track results. I need to see you run before we have kids, because he said, I want athletes.
Another John Brown, that's the Brown father. He's always talking about that. Lonzo Ball's another one.
Yeah,
I mean, not Lonzo, but LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball, yeah.
Yeah.
I can say this. My college teammate, Marcus Hamilton, he's going to get mad at me, but I always make fun of him. He started telling me about his kids. I said, Ham, you don't count. He said, why? I said, you Ocho Cinco'd your kids. He's like, He's like, what's that mean? His wife was a Division I track athlete. His wife's brother ran 10-1 in 100. His wife's other brother ran like 20.40 in a 200. So the family's a track family. He had kids. He ran with me at JMU. His son King and his son Christian are so unreal. He's always telling us, and I always let him say it, and then I stop him. It's like, your kids don't count.
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah, come on.
We waiting on you, and who's the guy?
Christian Coleman, right? So
two of the fastest people in the world.
Yeah, man. So, you see those things. Like, I have a buddy of mine. He competed in the 08 Olympics in 2012, Samir Lane. His wife, he was a triple jumper.
Mm-hmm.
His wife, triple jump for Trinidad.
Mm.
They both, we all trained together.
Mm-hmm.
They had 2 kids together. So you tell me what those kids gonna be. It keeps going.
Put some respect on the mom's name.
Man, my buddy that coaches at South Florida, his wife ran for Liberia in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
She was a hurdler. She has 2 sons. They have 2 sons together. One of my athletes, Jaron Holmes, this is when they were at UNC Chapel Hill. I was like, hey, you gonna like BG and his wife, Kia. I said, but I'm gonna just give you a heads up. Kia the real deal. He's like, what you mean? I was like, just don't go to practice halfway, man. I said, I've seen her coach, and I just laugh because I'm like, oh, she's that intense.
Mm-hmm.
So when the moms have that background, the kids, at that point, I say their job is not to mess it up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Aja Wilson and Bam Adebayo, we waiting on y'all too.
Come on,
y'all
man.
on the clock.
Come on, man.
What separates elite athletes from average athletes, Coach?
Elite athletes don't mind doing the boring work. Like just being consistent over and over and over and over. I've seen kids that they're elite because if things don't go right, they have the one demeanor. If things go right, they almost have the same exact demeanor because they know, oh, well, I work for this, so that's what I expect.
Mm-hmm.
Regular kids, something good happens, they get really excited. And I get it, but then things go bad and they go into a hole and they can't come out. As opposed to bouncing back. Those elite kids, they to them, they have the memory of a goldfish. 30 seconds, they forgot about it.
Never get too high, never get too low.
Yep. And that's one thing I had to teach because I used to be an athlete that got too high.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go so high, I would drain my body to be low. So I had to learn to become very much even keel. But I learned that in college, my 4th year.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm trying to give it to the kids now because I'm like, to compete at a high level, you got to learn the more consistent you are, the better you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the coach knows that you're going to give this ability, that'll keep you on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Playing basketball or in track and field, that'll get you the results you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So,
now balance. You've mentioned balance, before. What does balance actually mean? Is it posture, mechanics, strength, flexibility, mindset? What is balance?
it's all those things.
Okay.
You can't put everything into one pot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh, we're just going to do all speed. That doesn't make sense. We're going to do all strength. That doesn't make sense. To be an athlete, you got to think holistic. We're going to do strength. We're going to do speed. We're going to work on recovery. We're going to work on mobility, right? And we're going to work on mental. And we need to work on your recovery with your dieting. Like, we need to work on all those things consistently for you to get the results. And yes, some kids say, man, that's too much. I'm like, if you want to go to school for free or you want them to take a big bulk, like you have to invest in yourself. And that investment is called balance. Like you have to have the willingness to take your butt to bed at 10 p.m. and get off TikTok. Put your phone down at a certain time or get away from it so your brain can calm down and you can get the sleep and rest recovery you need. So knowing look at the week. All right, let's look at the week. What do we plan to do for this week? And have the week show that you're at least tapping everything as it should for you to do what you need.
Yep.
Going to bed, making sure you're eating properly, making sure you're getting the right amount of sleep, making sure, I'm injured. Okay, you injured? All right, we need to go to recovery. We need to go to physical therapy. We need to go do these things so that you don't burn your body out.
You know, the kids that understand time management early have a huge advantage. Time management is everything.
Yes.
How are you managing your time? You know, a lot of kids don't. Like, listen, I know that when you're young, it's one of those things that you don't think about. You only have 24 hours in a day. You guys are young and your bodies are growing. You should be getting, 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night? So that leaves you with, 14 hours a day? So what are you doing in that time? Are you scrolling? Are you talking to girls on the phone? Are you not saying you can't do some of those things, but video games? Not saying you can't do some of those things, but it's like, hey, you need to make time for those things. Focus on your purpose, which is, being an athlete, being a student athlete, and then everything else comes after that.
Yep.
Anything else that comes in before that or cuts into that time isn't for you.
Yep.
And everything else should fall into place.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Linear speed versus game speed. One of your biggest. Okay. Let's see. Explain. Okay. Yeah. Explain the difference between linear speed and game speed. I kind of got.
No, you're good. So
yeah.
For a lot of my track kids, no, I'll take the track kids out. Football. That's a perfect way to look at it. Football kids, football's over. I usually start seeing them in December, and it's usually from December to about March. We going heavy speed. Well, I know once it gets warm, a lot of these kids going to start doing 7-on-7, and they're going to start doing field work.
Yeah.
I know that I have to put as much speed in their body prior, because the faster that I get them, it gives them the ability to play at a higher speed level. Now, just because they can run fast in a straight line doesn't mean they're going to be able to play fast if they don't build the brakes to be able to change direction. So we work on a lot of that heavy in January and February, where I'm helping them build those brakes. So first I build pure linear speed, but through the process, I'm giving them the ability to build brakes for deceleration, eccentric strength, so that they can stop their body and change direction. So that when they go to doing the 7-on-7, to doing their field work, they say, man, I feel faster in my field work. And I don't ever tell them, well, we were working on it the whole time. I just put it as part of the program where when they go to change direction and they're cutting, everyone said they look much faster. But really, they just able to stop better and accelerate out. Mind you, that's the same thing basketball needs. Being able to, the ball goes down this part of the court. Somebody stole the ball, it flips. How easy can you put your foot in the ground, plant, set yourself up, crossover, sprint back up the court? Just those two things. Linear speed comes before game speed.
Okay.
Build the base of speed, and then once you build it, sometimes they get to a point where they're fast enough. And once they get to that point, you're now working on them learning how to decelerate, set themselves up. I have a hard time doing that because so many of my football players go to trainers that do it. So I had to learn to take it out because if I left it in, I'll overload their central nervous system. And then they don't realize when you changing direction and doing all that game speed, that's like running full speed. So you're going to be just as sore, if not more sore, from that versus doing linear speed. So I had to learn how to balance it in my program and almost completely take it out because I know kids going other places to do that stuff.
Right. Now, how much does reaction time matter? Because it's one of those things. Like I see kids with like slow reaction times. Is that something that can be taught as well? Like reaction time?
Oh yeah, like I've had tools where if
I didn't know if that was neuro or what.
You can get them to try to react to things better. Like if you have like showing colors and making them still perform stuff and
Okay.
learning how to, if I see this, I go this direction, this color, I go this way. Get in their brain to learn the process, because that's all you're doing. When you're training, it's central nervous system, man. The brain and the central nervous system goes down the spinal cord, nerves go out. You're training the brain, and the eyes work together. So you're getting their eyes to see something, and they know what needs to happen. How fast can they react? And most of those kids that struggle with reacting fast, they're overthinkers. They see it, but they're processing it. Those kids that get what you say, they're able to see it and react because they're able to process stuff much quicker.
Right. Why? Yeah. No, that's huge. Especially, I see it a lot in football and basketball. Track is probably, track. I almost feel like they react even better. I mean, maybe they don't have as much to react to. I almost feel like they react.
Well, that's the funny part. Those kids with bad reaction time struggle with relay.
Oh, okay.
4x1.
Okay.
Like you put marks on the ground. They see the kid running in. They're looking at the kid. They're looking at the mark. They're looking at the kid. Then they have to focus on the mark. And when that person foot hits, how fast can you turn around and start accelerating? I have some kids that they can't run on a relay because they don't know how to react. And then I ask them, what other sports did you play? And they just look at me and I go, and this is why we're struggling.
So you believe in multi-sport,
Being
a multi-sport athlete?
They have to.
Man, we did that growing up.
We all did.
Yeah.
We didn't have ACLs. We didn't tear Achilles.
No, I agree. Yeah.
We were outside barefooted.
Yeah.
We didn't have carbon fiber plates. We rode bikes everywhere.
Game changer. A lot of these kids don't have strong legs because they don't ride bikes.
They don't ride bikes. Part of my training is in the fall for like my track kids. A lot of them, I say, hey, get a membership at Planet Fitness. And they're like, oh, it's because it's cheap. Like, no, they have an assault bike in there. I don't know if you ever rode an assault bike. It's the one with the arms.
Yeah.
Kids absolutely hate that thing. So they think I'm going to go, oh, how long? They think this is going to do an easy ride. I'm like, no, we're going to do intervals. We'll go 5 minutes warm up. You're going to go 10 rounds of 30 seconds hard, 30 seconds easy. I need you to keep that miles per hour up as high as you can for as long as you can through that interval. You only got 30-second rest, and you got to do 10. Those kids come back and say, I wish I never had to do this. They say, I'd rather just run and do that. I was like, oh, that's fine, but you're going to do this for the next 6 to 8 weeks.
This is beautiful, man. This is why, as coaches, it's important for us to kind of like, interface with one another, because you're answering a lot of the questions that, that I have. You're giving me answers to a lot of the questions that I have, and it's just I'm thinking about my training and things that I do with kids and things of that nature to build up some of those things. So this is good, Coach. This is good. So I have a basketball segment, Coach. I got some basketball questions
All right,
for
come
you.
on.
Okay,
Go.
You ready? As a basketball coach, I gotta ask, how does training translate to basketball for with track training?
Okay, perfect example. Aaron McFarland.
Okay.
Massaponics.
Yep. Shout out to Coach Aaron.
Coach Aaron, regional champ, right? Coach of the year. Didn't he get coach of the year for that region, right?
I believe he did. Yeah.
So Nat Jackson had action basketball. He had action ENT basketball team. When I first came here, I started working with Nat's team. Okay. Aaron McFarland couldn't dunk. He couldn't dunk. He couldn't jump. I'm like, what do you mean y'all can't jump? A lot of the kids didn't know how to jump because that was the group that really stopped riding bikes and playing outside. So I was 30 at the time. I could still stand under the rim, go up, grab it with two hands. So I literally had to teach them how to jump, how to use their entire foot, because a lot of these kids run on their toes. Had to teach them how to use their foot. We did a lot of speed stuff, and we did a lot of basic capacity work, just general strength, push-ups, body squats, lunges, just generic stuff. Aaron couldn't dunk. Next year, Aaron was coming out on fast breaks, two hands. Mind you, he could still shoot, but now he had this other piece to his game.
Yep. To be able to finish
To
strong
finish,
at the rim.
if he needed to, he could stand there and make it like he was going to shoot, because everyone knows Aaron can shoot. Then he could go to the rim and finish. Well, that ability that he gained, he understood what work was at then. So he knew, okay, the shooting part, he understood then how to get his body ready. And as a basketball player, that's one of the things you see, the separator. You see those basketball players that's built like this. It's like, oh, I'm going to go to college and do well. I'm like, nah, man, them dudes that are big, like at University of Houston, one, they run a lot. Yeah. But them dudes lift a lot.
Oh, man, University of Houston's trainings. Whew.
I mean, kids say they want to play, but how many kids you ever hear say they want to go play for University of Houston? Because that's a different world, man. You talking about the coach, and he embraces the whole I want to see who really wants to play.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like we're gonna play process of elimination, like a boot camp.
Yeah. And for him, it's like he knows when you're getting late in the season, those kids that he's seen being mentally able to push through stuff gonna probably be the kids that rely on.
How does basketball need different speed than football?
I actually almost say they need the same.
Okay.
Because they both change the direction.
Change the direction. Yeah. Basketball's got a lot of lateral movement.
A lot of lateral movement. You know, there's just some things like you almost train basketball players like you train DBs.
Okay. Okay.
Basketball players don't pull hamstrings, and DBs generally don't either because they backpedal all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I would literally almost train a basketball player like a football player, DB. And my sprints for that group are much shorter. So, like I got a couple of Mary Wash basketball players. Kyle Robinson came in a couple of times. I got one guy I think's gonna help them a lot. Owen, he's been training with me a lot. I posted him the other day. He's 6'5". He's one of the fastest guys in there, but he was hurt last year. So it was two guys. Khan couldn't even use that, gave him size. So he's gonna be able to bring those guys in and the guys he got coming in. So you're talking about if you can get a guy faster, what happens is when you get faster, you actually jump better. So if you can jump better, right? You jump up higher. Now you land. Now your body's used to handling more force because you went up higher.
Speed and jumping ability are associated. Could go hand in hand.
Yep. So once you get them faster, they jump higher. Once they jump higher, they land. They're able to catch themselves. They've actually gotten stronger at the same time. Speed's the only thing that could build strength as well. Strength can't generally build speed, but speed can build strength. But you need the strength to hold that speed. So, you know, it's you can't say it's, like I said, that's where the balance comes in.
That makes sense.
That's where the balance comes in.
Now, what's more important, top end speed or first step explosion?
Top end, I like, that's a plot twist.
Top
like
end
that.
is kind of like, what's his name?
Usain Bolt, right?
Bolt is a top end guy. Noah
Lyles. Yeah, he's really good at top end.
Yeah.
But for football, acceleration is king. Basketball, acceleration is king. Like Kyle Robinson's 5 to 10 fly is insane. Came in, we were training. I could look at him and tell us, "Oh, your hips bother you." He's working with us at Focus Performance, and one of our strength coaches, Gabe, is putting a program together for him to strengthen his hips. So I'm looking at a move. I said, "Your lower back bothers you a lot. I can tell you have these issues." And he's just looking at me laughing, like, "How can you tell?" I said, "Just the way you move." But again, I've been doing this for a while, and I've seen basketball players like him. He's fast as the fastest football players for a 5 to 10 yard sprint. So you get a 5-yard run in, 10-yard fly. He's fast as all my slot receivers and my big time pitchers. But from 15 to 20, he moves back at that point. And I said, "Oh, that makes sense." Because you figure what's 45 feet? That's from top of the key to the goal, right? So you looking at, that's why he can get past people so easily. He don't need to sprint that long. So for football, for basketball, acceleration is king. Being really fast helps, but acceleration is king. For football, gotta have both. For track, if you're really good at max velocity, it's pretty bad to say you might not be bad at everything else, because you can kind of make up for stuff, because you're gonna be in accelerated state for 30 meters for generic, for like lower level. But for like high level, man, those guys accelerate for like 60, 70 meters before they start to slow down.
Right.
So those are unicorns. I don't count the unicorns in a lot of stuff.
Right.
I tell kids, take those unicorn, those outliers, throw them out. We're not using those. So
yeah, speed is interesting in basketball. You know, you got guys like, you know, of course, it definitely helps your game. You know, Luka Doncic being fast would be scary. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or a Jokic, like that, like those guys being fast would be scary. You clearly see speed kills.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox is one of those fast guys. John Wall was one of those guys just can get one end of the court to the other. Like,
what's his name that was at Chicago? That could jump out the
Derrick
gym.
Rose. Explosive athlete.
I think Derrick Rose could have probably jumped 26, 27 feet long.
Yeah. Yeah.
He probably could have triple jumped 55. I'm talking about, I've never seen anyone run that fast, get off the ground that fast.
Yeah, he was
as
super
high
twitchy.
as he would jump.
Yeah. No, that's a good question for another day. Like, you know, I always have that conversation. Who's a more explosive athlete, him or John Morant? I think it might be Derrick Rose.
Oh, Derrick Rose, I think he's shorter, right?
They're probably about the same height.
I think Derrick Rose looks.
Derrick Rose is stronger.
He looks
for sure.
brolic.
Yeah,
Like,
he does.
yeah,
He does.
Definitely looks brolic.
He does. Yeah. Even after all those surgeries, he was still twitchy.
Scary,
Crazy.
man.
I know. So, there's a lot of parents out there that, that spend hundreds of dollars, per month and stuff like that. What should parents be looking for when they look for a speed coach?
This is a question. It depends on what sport they're playing.
Okay.
Track kids, to train a kid in track is the most difficult thing to do. For my football, basketball guys, it's a lot easier for me to train them for speed. Parents need to see someone with structure and results that are measurable. And you want to see that like every 4 weeks. You want to be able to see those results come back.
Yeah.
Oh, so I see y'all running this. How you look now? What's the difference now? Right? Being able to measure those results, because that's really what it's based on.
Tracking those metrics is important.
Metrics is everything. Right? Is it measurable?
Yeah.
If something's measurable, measure it.
Yeah.
Keep measuring it.
Yeah.
Right? But you, in the process, like I said, that first 30 minutes of my work is a warm up. Look at the warm up and ensure that it makes sense. It showing you that it's covering a lot of areas to help your kid get better. You have to watch it. You can't just assume. Don't be the parent that pay and leave.
Right.
And I see a lot of that. Like at first, stay for the first couple, right? So you can see what you're paying for. But once you see the results, you then don't have to go anymore, right? But at first, make sure you're paying attention to what's going on.
Now, what are some red flags?
Oh man.
Just give me a couple, because I can tell you're thinking of a whole bunch.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to think.
Because the reason I even said that, there's a lot of coaches out there that probably like that don't know what they're doing. There's a lot of incompetence out there. So,
one of the things I see is if you got a speed guy and he's trying to do conditioning with your kid, like run 200s, run the other way. For speed, you talking about for what these kids need. You talking about stuff like 7 seconds and under. It's some stuff, man. I'd rather see movements than just running.
Right.
Anybody could run.
Got you. Yeah.
You could take your kid out there and just run them.
Yep.
You need to see somebody that's really put the time in and they understand, and that you can sit there and learn and go, okay, that makes sense. I get that now. Now I see why you're doing that. But if it doesn't make sense to you as the parent, just know your kid's gonna tell you when he get in the car.
Now, training athletes, elite athletes. You've worked with athletes headed to, the Naval Academy, Baylor, William and Mary, George Mason, ECU, Elon, Towson, professional athletes. What separates those athletes, right? Talent, work ethic, coachability, consistency. So like what separates those athletes at that elite level?
When I train kids that are really fast, we have to have way more conversations. These kids, Declan is one, Davian Booker, Caden Whitaker. Those are all seniors. Davian's going to Baylor, Caden's going to George Mason for track. Davian and Caden are track, Declan's football. In Ontario, Washington, he's at Maryland now, football. I have to ask them how they're feeling every single day. What's bothering you? Because these are guys I don't have to worry about them giving me everything they have. I have to check on them before I let them do anything because they don't have the same motor as the rest of the kids. When I let them let it rip some days, I have to be, hey, that's it for us. Like I might let them let it rip twice. But the warm-up has enough things in it that's going to help them. I have to ask a lot of questions. The football guys, I'm a little bit more okay with them letting it rip a little bit more because they're not getting the opportunity for their sport. But for my track guys, I have to. We're gonna go through a whole battery of tests. My warm up is very much similar to what I've done for almost a year because I can tell in the warm up if something's off. But those elite kids will come and tell me right away, "Hey, coach, this is what I'm feeling.
Yeah,
this doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
I think I need to probably do this today.
Yeah.
We have to have those conversations because they have a totally different motor. Like you're not gonna take a Hellcat on a 10-hour drive, are you?
Yeah. No. No.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's what these
point.
kids are walking around with. That's why you see all these high school kids running professional time. These kids are walking around with the same motor, but my job isn't to get everything out of them. It's to stimulate it, use it, but I want them to really, let's do well when it's time, but I really want you to take that to college and have that success.
Which kind of ties into mental health, which is our next segment, right? You said everything has to be on the same page for an athlete to succeed. Explain that.
You have to, when you're looking at the kid, or you have to meet the kid at where they are and where they want to go. So if you get a kid that they want to run at the power 4, power 5 level, one, you have to push them differently, but at the same time, you got to always communicate with this kid and find out where they are mentally, because you're going to ask them to do stuff that's more difficult, but the stress that they already put on themselves is unreal. And if you're not checking on these kids all the time as a coach, when you're asking them to do this stuff, these kids will read through it and they will call you out.
Yeah.
And they'll know if you care or not. So if you're asking a kid how they feel, what's going on, like, do you need to talk to somebody? And I talk to them to a certain point, but I've now had to tell some kids, hey, I think you need a therapist. Because I'm talking to them and they're waiting to talk to me to tell me some stuff that they're going through. And I'm the person that'll listen, because I know sometimes I might be the only person that listens, because when they're in their house, they don't want to tell their parents everything.
Yeah.
Not all the kids do. Now, you got some kids that I love that they do, but they're telling their parents. Now their parents are carrying that burden also. So now I wish I would have had a coach that I could just open up to and talk.
Yeah.
Because now that coach could go to my parents and say, hey, this is what he's talking about. I think you guys, I told him I think he should get a therapist. I don't know if he said something to you, but I'm just relaying that message. Right? Once a kid see that you care like that, these kids will run through a absolute wall when you ask them next time. Now they're going to perform at a high level, because they know you're not talking from just, oh, I need you to do this. They know you actually care. Now you're going to be able to get a kid to do a workout. They may think it's crazy. And then once they finish, they're like, man, I didn't think I was going to be able to get through that. And then you could talk to them. Now I'm joking. You think I'm going to give you something I don't think you could do. And then they now prove to themselves they are capable of more than what they thought. And that's when you start seeing these elite athletes move up, is you have to have that balance. Like, I want you to do all this stuff physically, but mentally, are you okay? Do we need to talk about something? Do I need to tell your mom? Do I need to talk to your mom about stuff? Your parents, what's going on?
How much of athletic performance is mental?
It's 90% mental.
I agree with that.
Like, dude, when I was at JMU, my first 2 years, I just struggled outright. Practice was hard. School was hard. Third year, I started to figure it out. Fourth year, took off because I found out, if I listen to jazz before I run, I'm
Coltrane,
calm.
Miles Davis.
Man, blue and gray.
Yeah.
I calmed down. I'm able to perform at a high level, and I realized I felt better. I said, man, this is crazy. And my college coach looked at me and laughed and said, you figuring it out now. We were on our way to Arkansas. I said, Coach, I'm buying this CD. He said, Miles Davis? I said, Coach, you ever heard Blue and Green? And he just looking at me, said, I never pictured you for Miles Davis. Mind you, this is the early 2000s, so it's Pastor Troy. No Limit, Cash Money. So I said, nah, Coach. I said, I'm going to try this today. At the national meet, I listened to it while I was warming up. You can't take music with you into the NCAA track and field event area. So in my head, I was hearing this calm. It's the fastest I ever ran down the runway. First, I was the most consistent I ever was.
Wow.
And my coach said, I think you figured something out, this jazz music.
You done unlocked something. Also, kids, jazz, really good to study to. Really good brain music. Jazz, classical music. But jazz especially, anytime I'm like locked in, if I need to write a paper or write a report or anything like that, Miles Davis. I need to write. So we got that in common.
Come on.
Yeah, anytime I need to lock in, it's jazz. Coltrane's another one. Yeah. Man, good stuff, man. We can have a whole nother conversation about jazz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What's your message to athletes who think asking for help makes them look weak?
At my job, the other day, they said, what advice could you give the interns? And I said, go find a work mentor. This is for work. So if you love the sport as much as you do, everyone needs help. You never know enough. And my mindset is, like I just said, find someone that cares about you that's going to help you develop as a holistic athlete. Because that's going to be the person that when you go to college, a lot of you kids got to understand, you get the right mentor now, you're not done talking to that person. You're going to go to college and you're going to be able to call home and talk to that mentor, and they're going to help you. I did not have that, but I was lucky as I had a roommate that was the best friend that did not run track. So I can go home to my dorm and talk to my best friend, Chris Washington, after practice. And I'm doing horrible for the first 2 years. But when I talked to him, we never talked about track.
Yeah.
I didn't bring it up to him. I just had someone I could talk to. And that was what made me the athlete I was. I found those people to help me push through those moments.
Yep. Man, that's good stuff, man. You dropping some jewels here. You dropping jewels like a cat burglar.
Hey, man, but I ain't stealing nothing,
though. Coaching philosophy. Complete this sentence, Coach. I'm not trying to create faster athletes. I'm trying to create
best athletes.
And what do you hope every athlete remembers 10 years after they leave you in your program?
That I actually cared about them.
Man, that means so much. Again, kind of goes back into things we never had, right?
Yep.
Let's see here. So now we're going to go into a rapid fire section.
Oh, here we go. I've been watching these on other stuff, so I'm stuck.
Yes, we got a speed edition. Tyreek Hill or DK Metcalf?
I'm going Tyreek Hill. That boy from Georgia. I saw what he did in high school. He built different. I feel horrible the injury he had.
Yeah.
I mean that guy Gator rolled his leg, and his toughness is that he wasn't trying to roll with them. So yeah.
Hope he comes back. Tyreek is different.
Yep.
He different. He know he faster than everybody too.
Knows. I mean, you know how fast you got to be to look at somebody and throw a peace sign up.
100 meters or 200 meters?
100. 100.
Man, I love the 200, man. I love both, but of course everybody loves 100.
The reason why I'm saying 100, and I got college teammates gonna see this, I absolutely hated the 200. One meet, I didn't finish a race because I hated the 200 so much. My coach had me run the 200 at Penn State indoor track. I felt sick the entire day before I ran. 100.
I'm thinking about Michael Johnson. And,
some
of those
and
guys.
that's what I remember. Like, dude, I'm gonna tie up and these dudes gonna run past me. And it literally happened at Penn State. The guy was, look at 91, Anthony Wallace, and I tied up. He's like, and I was like, that's all I remember.
So this is going to be an interesting one. 200 or 400.
And I'm gonna say the 400 because if you can do the 400. You can do everything underneath. You can help kids if you want to get into college. Make sure you be able to run a 400. If you're a track athlete, you're more valuable as a 400 runner than just a 100 runner. Coming from a person that only ran 100 in college.
Track spikes or football cleats?
Oh man, I'm gonna say football cleats for the 1998 Nike Vapors that I had back in high school. I had to get rid of them because of my ankles, but Florida State had them. And that was my senior year, and I was quarterback, and my dad bought them for me. And I'll never forget when I walked out on the field, they all looked at me and said, "Oh, you think you nice because you got on the..." Man, I got my head taken off that year. Took them shoes off after about 3 games. I was like, man, no.
Grass or turf?
Grass.
Grass. Okay. That's always an interesting one. Morning workouts or evening workouts?
Evening.
Okay.
For males, higher testosterone. Well, for me at my age, I'm much stronger in the evening. I don't know how my wife wakes up and goes and work out every morning. My wife will wake up and go take 2 classes, and 2 of them, one might be hot yoga, and she'll do a body pump class. Yeah, my wife went another level with it.
So again, wife, beast mode.
Yep.
Acceleration or top end speed? We kind of talked about that a little bit earlier.
Acceleration.
Okay.
For where I've been able to help the most, getting kids accelerate better just looks totally different on the football field and basketball court.
Yeah. Power or technique?
Power.
Interesting.
Because if you're powerful, then we could work on technique later. But if you're powerful, it's a different monster, dude. I got some kids that just powerful and it looks god awful, but I just look at the time and go, you look good, but he's moving faster than you. I said, I'm gonna take the power over the looking good.
Mm-hmm. Now we're going to transition into athletes. Usain Bolt or Noah Lyles?
Bolt all day long, man. Bolt.
Sha'Carri Richardson or Gabby Thomas?
I'm gonna go Sha'Carri.
Michael Johnson or Carl Lewis?
Man. I'm gonna go Carl Lewis because long jump.
Okay. Remember Michael had that.
Oh yeah, that up top. Yeah,
up top. He was running so high. Sydney McLaughlin Levrone or Allison Felix? Sorry if I butchered her name. Felix? Okay.
Man, she never went to college to run, man. So she was winning from like 18 on. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sydney could have did the same thing, but I understood why she went to college first to get herself ready. Allison Felix, before all of this other stuff, yeah.
Got you. Now we got a little bit of a fun segment. Could I Show Speed survive one of your workouts?
Oh yeah, he definitely can survive my workouts. That kid athletic.
He's athletic. He's athletic. Very athletic.
I mean, he runs a 4.4 now. I mean, he's an athletic
with
kid.
No training.
He's just an athlete.
He's just a straight athlete.
And if he came to my training, I'm gonna thank him a million times because I know what's gonna happen afterwards.
Who wins, I Show Speed or Tyreek Hill?
Oh, Tyreek Hill.
Speed think he can beat him. I'm like, yeah, Speed.
I like your thought process.
Yeah,
I feel your
mad
confidence, but nah, you're not beating a Georgia boy.
Who's one athlete you love to train?
Oh, that's easy. He's going to Emory and Henry, Dwayne Stewart.
Okay.
Dwayne probably is the most internally driven kid I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning he's done so much on his own. He really wants to keep doing it because it's worked for him.
Yeah. But you like those high motors.
I mean, and
gotta love that.
When he came to Riverbend to play middle linebacker, I trained a kid that plays running back for Forest Park. And the kid from Forest Park said, I keep hearing about Dwayne. I keep hearing about him. He said this last week. When he walked up and looked at him, he said he walked to the sideline and was like, what in the world is going on? He's like, there's no way in the world he plays linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this kid's going Division II because of the transfer portal. Had this not been transfer portal era, this is a Division I linebacker. But the kid listens. He works hard. I told him the first year I met him, I said, your hips are garbage. You need to fix them.
Mm-hmm.
The next year, he said, Coach, I worked on it all summer. And the way he moved, I was like, dear God, I said, good luck to everybody else.
One of my favorite responses from kids is hearing us say, I worked on that. I worked on this. I love that. I love hearing that from kids. I love hearing that.
Oh, man, yep.
Y'all kids don't know. Who's someone around the Fredericksburg area that deserves more recognition for their athletic ability?
Man. High school kid?
Mm-hmm. You can go high school or college. It's fine.
Oh, Declan.
Okay.
Massaponax. He's at William & Mary now.
Yep.
That kid was a freshman player at Massaponax as a freshman. That kid is at William & Mary right now, and those coaches love him down there. That kid played lacrosse for the first time this year, but him playing lacrosse is hilarious because he almost got kicked off the team because he got ejected twice. But, I mean, what you expect, you got a 6'3", 235-pound defensive end that's going to William & Mary playing lacrosse, and he's faster than probably everybody on the field.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
Who's the fastest athlete you ever coached?
I'm going to say Davian Booker, but there's a freshman right now named Landon Joseph.
Okay.
I'm going to stamp it now. They call his dad and them call him Lambo. I'm calling him Future. This kid is going to be unreal. He ran 10.55 as a freshman in high school at 21-23. His long jump approach is only 105 feet now, and he's jumping 23.4. I didn't jump 23 feet till I was a junior in high school.
Wow.
I didn't run 10.5s until I was in college.
Wow.
I never ran 21-23.
Wow. What school is he going to be going to?
He's at Spotsy.
At Spotsy.
Ninth grader.
Who's the hardest worker you ever coached?
That's going to be a couple of people. mean, there's gonna be a couple of groups of kids. I can't even put that on. I mean, I'm gonna put Mark Anthony up there, the starting middle linebacker at Naval Academy. He's already preseason all conference. Declan, that whole 2020, 2021 Massaponax group, Luke Morley, Elijah Christopher Uno, Jacob Romero, Mike Swain. All of them had over 4.0s. They were all best friends.
Oh, man. Phenomenal.
That was the team at Massaponax that almost beat Oscar Smith in the playoffs.
Salute to those 4.0s.
Man, 4 of them. Davian Booker. I think Aiden Fisher just got drafted to the Houston Texans.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's like you seeing kids, almost all of them had over 4.0 GPAs.
Yeah, phenomenal.
So it all goes hand in hand. It's funny, the best athletes usually have the best grades.
Could an NFL player survive an Olympic sprinters training?
Oh, well, a lot of people don't know a lot of them train with Olympic guys in the summer.
Yeah.
Because the balance to it helps them long term.
Yeah. I saw DK ran that 100 meters a couple years ago.
Yeah, at like 220.
He was way bigger than everybody. He was like
crazy.
235. It looked really crazy.
Yeah. So that's what they do in the off season.
Yeah.
There's one kid. He's at Syracuse. Umari Hatcher. He comes back and train with me at Focus and on Sundays, and I won't be surprised he's in the NFL. He's like 6'3", 6'4". He's 6'4". He looked like a grown man. And he's a receiver. And all the kids, I tell him, I said, so you play cornerback? I said, you stand up for me? He stand up. I said, that's who you got to cover. He just looked at me. He's like, I said, yeah, you're not going to do anything.
Olympics. How do you think Team USA will do in Los Angeles in 2028 from a track and field standpoint?
I think the sprints will be, it's bad I say, I think we'll fare okay. My issue is long jump is horrible. I'm a long jump guy.
Yeah.
My first event was long jump. I remember moving to Texas with my father and watching Carl Lewis and Mike Powell go at it when Mike Powell broke the world record. That was my true introduction of track and field.
Yeah.
And it's been an event we've been really good at, but the reason why we're not good at it is because all our long jumpers play football and basketball.
Yeah,
and it's too much money with the NIL. It's just a different world.
Yeah, I know. And I'm nervous about basketball for 2028. Bron is going to be gone. Curry going to be gone. KD is gone. Like, it's going to be different. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, like, what are you going to look at? Like, what are you looking at the game for now?
Right. The Avengers assemble for 2024, but we don't know 2028. Hopefully, Ant-Man and some of those guys can pull it off.
I think Ant-Man will.
For the Olympics 2028, who are we sleeping on?
Man, these high school kids.
There's a lot of high school kids out there. Shout out to Quincy Wilson, who's one of them.
Man, look, these high school kids, the boy from Texas, Tate Taylor, just ran 1975, I think from lane 3 or 4. So when they put you in lane 3 or 4 and they don't put you in the outside lane, they pretty much don't think you're going to win. And he won it from an inside lane, which looked crazy. But these high school kids and these college kids, the high school kids more than the college kids, we're going to see what's going to happen in the next couple of years because it's literally right around the corner. So, I'm looking at these high school kids to potentially make a good run at it.
Who should everyone watch?
I'm going to say Tate Taylor, man.
Tate Taylor.
Boy just won 1975 in the 200. And the Maxwell twins. But this is just for the females, man. We gotta wait to the year of because we're so far out. Yeah, you gotta wait till the year. But like that boy Tate Taylor, I figure if he could have a bad year this coming year and he could bounce back in 2028. But I mean these young cats flying, man, unreal.
And then we almost about to wrap it up, Coach. I know we got a session at 11:30. You got to get out there.
No, we good.
Who's another local coach I should have on the Post Rise podcast?
Now, if you're gonna do it on community, the overall impact, you gotta have Nat Jackson on here.
Okay, so I had Nat.
You already had
at the All-Star game.
You was all right. That's right. You were already there.
I touched him a little bit there. Yeah, I got him there. It was quick, but we got to do a deep dive with Nat. Though.
Yeah, because he's did that thing on his own.
Yeah,
and that thing is big.
Yeah,
now, it's getting to a point where
I had him and his wife on. They
yep.
both they do great. They do great work.
Now, mind you,
shout out to Coach Rick too.
Them two my people.
Yeah.
So before that 2016 year,
they
were right there the whole time. I met Nat all my action stuff is actually his. It
Oh,
was
okay.
his at first.
Oh, okay.
So I had a friend of mine at the time, first guy I ever trained was Nat's high school teammate, and he said, y'all need to work together. He said, both of y'all want to train kids.
Yeah.
So I went out there. One of Nat friends, old teammate Jason Lovett, was getting ready for a combine, and I went out there, and that was the first time Nat ever seen me train, and he immediately said, no, you're doing this. I'm stepping away. And that was 2010. A year later, I was in his wedding a year later.
Oh, wow.
So like we immediately clicked.
Yeah.
And we've been
Yeah.
close ever since. Now I work with his
Good
kids,
dude.
man.
Good
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. No, yeah. Good stuff. Good family.
Other than that, Sean Hill, man, he won a state title for Colonial Forge at track and field. Not only did he win the state title, they went to New Balance Nationals for the public school and won 4x1.
Okay.
When it's generally private schools win it.
Yeah.
Won it with 4 local kids.
Hey, you got to set it up for me.
Oh, yeah,
Coach.
I got you.
Got
Dude,
me?
that's
Okay,
easy.
cool.
That's easy for me.
Cool. And then we're going to close here. If a parent is listening right now, what is the one thing they should stop doing, and what's one thing they should start doing for their athlete?
Stop living through your kid, man. If you weren't good at something and you didn't do it, stop pushing your kid so hard for something you couldn't do. Just let them enjoy it and be a supporter. Don't negative talk them when things don't go away you thought it should go.
Yeah, no, that.
I mean,
short
but
and
you,
sweet.
I know
Yeah.
you see it in
No,
basketball.
100%.
Oh,
Oh,
come on.
yeah.
You hear him in the bleachers.
Yeah.
I paid all this money for this trainer.
Yeah.
And that's, you can't make a layup. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's making a
Yeah.
layup one-on-one.
Yeah.
There was no stress involved. Yeah, you're going to make them layup.
Yeah.
Now it's stress. It's fast break.
I know.
They down by 2. He got to make it to tie it up. Yeah, he going to miss that.
I know. So finally, how do we get in touch with Action Sports? We know you got an 11:30 right now.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
no, we good.
I've seen you at the track. I've been out there. I need to get with you. I need to run a race, and I need to get with you myself.
No.
I'm gonna be your oldest client.
What kind of race are you running, man? Don't be racing these kids, man.
No.
You better not do
No. I'm being a little bit sarcastic. I'll probably do like some 5K, 10K stuff.
You be doing, you better than me.
Yeah,
I
I can't
can't
doing that.
run.
I'll be doing that old stuff.
I don't
Just
even
trying to
want-
stay in shape.
Dude, I don't even want to run around the track.
How do people get in touch with Action Sports Performance and like?
I think the easiest way is on Instagram, Action Wallace. I do have a Facebook page, but I'm going to warn you, if you contact me on Facebook, I will not respond. I do not get on Facebook much. I have it. I post things here and there, but it's far few in between. I'm probably tagged in more stuff through my wife than I posted on there,
Gotcha.
and my mom and my family. So,
Got you.
but yeah, Action Wallace on Instagram, Action_Wallace. My logo will pop up. Follow me, and then I'll follow you back and let you in. The account's private for a reason. I'm trying to. I'm keeping it locked down.
Keep that training proprietary.
Yeah, man. Some of the
Yeah.
stuff, like I'll give you some of it, but like
Yep.
my buddy at Future Champ said, some stuff you just got to keep in house.
Man, that's all good, man. Well, it's been a pleasure having you here. I know you got your 11:30. It's been a pleasure. It's
man.
been a long time coming. We have to have you back too, man,
Yeah, man.
because we got a lot of stuff going on. Especially with like when track season and stuff like that comes.
Oh,
we
man.
get you to be reoccurring. So
Hey, man, I appreciate it. But hey, James, I want to thank you for this, man. This area needs this big time. I mean,
appreciate that.
what people don't realize, Stafford's opening a new high school. Count the high schools in Fredericksburg. Count the high schools in Stafford.
Yeah.
The city of Fredericksburg, Spotsylvania, city of Fredericksburg has one school.
Yeah.
We have our own region. We got to push these kids because when college coaches Google a kid name, we need to have things and articles and podcasts.
sure.
This here platform, if a kid speaks in front of it and a college coach sees it, it could change their life.
Wow. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Man, now this is all.
That's what I created it for. This is, show them, try to showcase who they are and, just kind of, we have a lot of talent here, both football, basketball, track,
Yeah.
lacrosse.
Yeah.
We got great coaches. So, I just try to play my part, coach.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Hey, dude,
Likewise.
keep it up, man.
Likewise, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Yeah, man. Well, this has been another episode of the Post Rise Podcast, and we're out. Before we get back to the show, I want to thank our sponsors, the Bear Arms Academy and Post Rise CPR and First Aid. Be sure to follow the Post Rise Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you go for your podcast. Your likes, your comments, your shares, and subscriptions help us continue bringing you great conversations and valuable content. At Post-Rise CPR, we provide CPR, first aid, and AED training for schools, daycares, churches, youth sports organizations, construction sites, businesses, parents, babysitters, and community groups. Whether you're meeting workplace requirements or simply preparing to help save a life, our hands-on training gives you the skills and confidence you need when it matters. Training gives you the skills and confidence you need when it matters. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man.
Nah, man, this is fun. I got a couple of buddies. I said, man, we need to make a podcast. It was like, for what? One of them coaches at Vanderbilt. So
Okay.
that's the one